Hi team, welcome to today's workout. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, please remember to check in once we are finished today. You can do that just below the video player here. As well, please make use of the stretching video that is also available to you to keep your body feeling nice and healthy and happy. All right? So today's workout, we're going to do regular supersets with a core focus. How this is going to work is we're going to have two different exercises that are going to work different parts of our bodies while the other rests. We're going to do each exercise for a set amount of reps. We're going to go through each superset twice. After that, we'll take a quick break, we'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'll show you how to do everything before we even do it. So let's get started. Number one, we're going to do 20 frog hip lifts and 40 Russian twists. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. All right, frog hip lifts. We're going to lay down on our back, starting with our knees bent up towards the ceiling, just like this. From here, we're going to drop our knees to either side, keeping our feet together down the center line of our bodies, just like this. From here, it's a regular hip lift. We're going to lift our hips up to the ceiling, squeezing our bum at the top. So up, squeeze, back down, up, squeeze, back down. All right, we're going to do 20 of those. After that, we're switching to 40 Russian twists. So a Russian twist, we're going to start sitting in a V-sit position, just like so, on our bums, knees bent up towards the ceiling. The difficulty of Russian twists is all dependent on how far back you're sitting and how high up your feet are. All right, so you can choose to keep them on the floor and sit a little further forward if that's going to make it a bit less intense for you. Squeezing your core nice and tight, we're just going to twist side to side, nice and gentle, just like this. All right, back and forth. Each side is one. We are going to do 40 of those. So let's get started here, team, with our frog hip lifts, 20 of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Keep going, team. 5, and 6, 7, 8, almost there, 9, and 10. All right, we're halfway through. Just lifting that bum, squeezing it at the top. 13, 14, stay with me now. 15, 16, 17, 18, almost done. 19, and 20. All right, switching to our Russian twist, 40 of these. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice gentle twist side to side, keeping that core nice and tight. 11, 12, 13, 17, 18, 20. Excellent work, team. We're over halfway through now. Stay with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Almost there. And 5, 8, 9, 40. All right, back to our frog hip lifts here, team. Final round of both in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. Keep going, team. Lifting, squeezing that core at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through. 11 and 12. Stay with me now, team. 13, 14, almost there. 15, 16, 17. Stay with me. 3 more. 18, 19, and 20. All right, final Russians, final 40 of these, and then we will take a break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping that core squeezed nice and tight the whole time. 10, 11, 13, 14, 17, 18. Excuse me. 22, 3. Almost done, team. We're over halfway now. 7, 8, 9, 30. 10 more. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 40. All right, awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. All right, team, take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in and out. All right, moving on here, team, up to our upper bodies for our first exercise. We're going to do 20 renegades. Then for our core, we are going to do 40 bike crunches. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, renegades, you can use weight for these, or you don't have to. I am going to use some weight. What we are going to do, this is a plank position on the floor. So if you are using weights, I recommend you do this on the floor. But if being on the floor is a bit too intense for you, feel free to stand up, lean against something like a wall, a set of stairs, a chair. Anything that's going to have you standing up taller is going to make this easier for you, less intense, okay? So we're going to get into a plank position on our hands with our hands nice and close together, keeping a straight line from our shoulders to our contact point with the floor. That can either be your knees or your toes, completely up to you. No bums in the air. Bring that bum down, keeping that nice straight line from that shoulder to your contact point. From here, what we're going to do, because our hands are so close together, that's going to help us with our balance. We're going to drive one elbow behind us at a time, squeezing that shoulder blade behind us, back and forth, just like this. All right, 20 of those or 10 per side, depending on how you want to count those. After that, we are switching to 40 bike crunch. So bike crunch or bicycle crunch, I'll show you a modification for these as well. We're going to lay down on our backs just like this. We're going to start with our opposite knee touching our opposite elbow just like this. Our other leg is going to be straight out just like so. From here, we're going to be crunched up, squeezing our core the whole time, staying up nice and high. We're just going to switch that elbow and that knee combination back and forth. If you find that's too intense for you, keep both of your knees bent at the same time, back and forth, keeping that core squeezed just like so. 40 of those in total, or 20 per side, all right? So let's get started with our renegades here, team. 20 of these first time. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. So driving that elbow up behind you, keeping it nice and close to your body. 9, 10. We're halfway through. 11, 12, 13, 14. If you're using weights and you find it's hard on your hands, you can do one arm at a time, all 10 on one side. 18, 19, and then switch. 20. All right, switching to our bike crunch. 40 of these, first time through. Here we go, team, in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, team. Just back and forth, keeping that core squeezed the whole time. 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 30. Almost done. Coming up to 40. 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Whew. All right. Switching back to our renegades. Final round of both of these things, and then we will move on. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. So squeezing that shoulder blade behind you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through. 11, 12. Stay with me now. 13, 14, 15. Almost done, team. 16. Nice straight line in that plank position. 18, 19, and 20. All right, switching back to our bike crunch. Final 40 of these, and then we will take a break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, team. Awesome job. Keeping that core squeezed nice and tight. 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 40. Oh, all right. Definitely feeling that burn now. Awesome job, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one. Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go. And in and out. All right. Moving on here, team. We are going to do 10 per side of something called kickbacks. Then we are going to do 20 V-sit kickouts. I'll show you how to do these things and then we will get started. So kickbacks, we're going to get down into table position on our hands and knees just like so. From here, we're going to kick one leg back straight behind us, keeping our cores nice and tight so it doesn't round down towards the floor. We're going to lift our foot up, squeezing our bum at the top, lowering ourselves, or our foot rather, back down to the floor. If you want to make this a little tougher for yourself, if you have some of those ankle loop bands, loop the bands around your ankle itself, and then that will give you some more resistance. You're going to do 10 on one side, then you're going to switch over and do 10 on the other. After that, we're going to switch to V-sit kickouts. So, V-sit kickouts, we're going to sit again in that V-sit position, just like we did for our Russian twist, but I want you to start with your feet kind of nice and close to your body. Because core nice and tight, what we're going to do from here, we're going to kick one foot out, keeping that leg straight, hovering it over the floor. We're not resting it on the ground, okay? But we are just kicking that foot back and forth, just like so. All right, each leg is one. We're going to do 20 of those or 10 per side, however you'd like to count those. So let's get started here, team, with our kickbacks, 10 per side. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, keep that core nice and tight as well. And 4, so it's not rounding down towards the floor. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, squeezing that bum at the top, giving yourself a little half second to a second pause at the top. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching to our V-sit kickouts. 20 of these. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3. You can keep your feet off the floor as you touch back, just to give yourself a bit more intensity if you want to do that. 8, core squeeze nice and tight. 10, 11, 12. Stay with me now, team. 13, 14, 15, 16. Stay with me now. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, back to those kickbacks. Final round of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3. So keep that core nice and tight. The only thing that should be moving is your leg. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Stay with me now, team. 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, final V-sit kickouts here, team. Then we will take a break. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 4, 5, keep going team, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, almost there team, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, excellent job team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go. And in. And out. All right. Moving on here, team. Back up to our upper bodies for our first exercise. We're going to do 20 of something called halos. Then we are going to do 10 per side crunches. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, halos. You're going to need one weight for this, whether you have dumbbells, soup cans, water bottles, any of those things will work. We're going to start feet shoulder width apart with a slight bend in our knees. From there, we're just going to hold that weight off to the side, kind of in our pocket, just like this. From there, we're going to swing that weight across to our opposite shoulder, around our heads to our opposite sides. If you're trying to think of like kind of what shape this takes, it kind of looks like those awareness ribbons you may see on the back of people's cars. So one side across, around to the other side, putting it back in your opposite pocket, all right? Each side or pocket is one. We're going to do 20 of those. After that, we're switching to 10 per side crunches. So side crunch, we're gonna lay down on our sides just like this with our bottom arm straight out in front of us, so we're not gonna use it, all right? From here, regular crunch, so you're gonna put your fingers behind your ears just like so. We're gonna crunch up, squeezing that oblique on the top, very gently lifting our bottom shoulder off the floor, all right? We're gonna do 10 on one side of that. Then we're gonna switch over and do 10 on the other. So let's start with those halos here, team. 20 of these, here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Keep going, team. And 6, 7, keep going, team. And 8. So opposite shoulder around your head to the opposite pocket. 10. Keep your core nice and squeezed on this one too. That's going to keep your trunk nice and secure, so there shouldn't be any pressure on your back while doing this. All right, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost there, team. 19, and 20. Whew. All right, switching to that side crunch, 10 per side of these. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, lifting, squeezing that oblique on the top. 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome work. All right, switching sides. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, team. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching back to our halos. Final round of these. Here we go, team. Grab our weights in 3, 2, 1, and go. And 1, and 2, and 3. Keep going, team. Awesome job. 4, and 5, 6. Nice tight core as well. The only thing that really should be moving is your arms. 8, 9, and 10. We're halfway through now. 11 and 12, 13, 14, almost done here, team. 15, 16, 17, almost there, and 18, 19, last one, and 20. All right, final side crunches here, team, and then we'll take a break. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3, 4, keep going, team. 5, lifting, squeezing that oblique on the top. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going, team. 7, awesome job. 8, 9, and 10. All right, excellent work, team. Let's take this quick break. We'll grab some water, and then we'll move on to the next one, all right? Whew. Whew. All right, team. Take a deep breath with me. Here we go, and in, and out. All right. Moving on, team, we are moving back down to our lower bodies for this next one. We are going to do 10 per side of something called hydrants. Then we are going to do 10 per side of something called hip dips for our core. I'll show you how to do these things, and then we will get started. So, hydrants, we're going to get down into table position just like this, just like we did for our kickbacks. So, this one here, what we're going to do is we're going to shift all of our weight over to one of our legs at a time. The other leg that has no weight on it, what we're going to do, we're just going to lift our knee straight out to the side until we feel a small squeeze in our hips, all right? So we're going to do 10 on one side of those, then we're going to switch over and do 10 on the other. After that, we're switching to something called hip dips. So hip dips, what we're going to do for these is we're actually going to start planking on one of our sides at a time. So you have two options for this. Regardless of which form you pick, I want you planking on your forearm, okay, just like this. Then your two options are your slightly less intense option. You're going to swing your bottom leg underneath, plank up just like this from your calf resting on your forearm. Or if you're feeling nice and ambitious, you can do these from your feet, completely up to you. Regardless of which form you take, what we're going to do, we're going to squeeze our cores nice and tight. We're just going to gently drop our hip down towards the floor, up and down, just like this, all right? You're not pushing up through your knee in order to get you up. You're using those core muscles to lift and lower that hip, all right? So we're going to do 10 on one side of those, then we're going to switch over and do 10 on the other. So let's get started here, team, with our hydrants, 10 per side of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. Give yourself a little half second to a second pause at the top. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. Keep going, team. 4, lifting that hip straight up to the side. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching to our hip dips. First 10 per side of these. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Keep that core squeeze nice and tight. 6. Regardless of which form you're in, you may not touch the floor. That is fine. 9, and 10. Whew. All right, switching sides. Here we go, team. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Doesn't matter if you're not touching the floor, just as long as you get that hip dip motion going. And 5, 6, and 7, 8. Keep going, team. 9, and 10. Whew. All right. Switching back to our hydrants here, team. 10 per side of these. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, and 3. Stay with me now here, team. 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching sides. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, and 2, 3, 4. Stay with me now, team. 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switching back to our hip dips. Final 10 of these, and then that's it for the day, team. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that core squeeze nice and tight. Remember to modify this if you need to. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, switching sides here, team. Final 10 of these. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. And 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going, team. 6. Squeeze that core nice and tight. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Whew. All right, that is it, team. We are done for the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Whew. Let's take a deep breath together. Those ones are a bit of a doozy. Here we go. And in, and out. All right. Now that we are finished, please remember to check in. You can do that just below the video player here as well. If you feel comfortable with it, I would love to see your sweaty selfie on social media. You can tag me on both Facebook and Instagram at M12 Fitness Liz. All right? Thanks again so much, team, and I will see you for our next one.